And here we go on our Tuesday edition of the Hey Mary Kay podcast, our last official off-season Hey Mary Kay, as the Browns, we will be out at training camp on Wednesday. So Mary Kay, let's get right to it. And let's just start with what you wrote on Sunday. A lot of trade stuff swirling, obviously trade rumors, people love talking about them. And let's just start here. One of your headlines was about Kareem Hunt. And, could some teams come calling for Kareem Hunt, specifically the Rams, now that they could be in the market for a running back? And as you put it, the Browns just don't have an interest in trading Kareem Hunt right now, which to me makes a lot of sense. But when you kind of hear those rumors and see those rumors, what do you think?
Well, you're right, Dan. They have no interest in trading Kareem Hunt right now. And there are a number of reasons for that. And the first of which is that they have one of the best 1-2 punches in the entire NFL with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. We saw what happened last year when Nick Chubb went down for 4 games. Kareem Hunt steps in, really doesn't miss that much of a beat. He played some better run defenses. So, he didn't necessarily have 120 yards every game while Nick was out. But he really held down the fort very, very well. In addition to that, they have to play 17 games this year, and they plan on playing 3 or 4 more playoff games. So it's a marathon, and they also have to get all the way to week 13 before they get a bye. So they really have to pace themselves very well. They have to really use their rotation and their depth a lot. And there's just so many other reasons why Kareem Hunt makes sense for them. I don't think that they have even scratched the surface with the things that Kareem Hunt can do in this offense. And I think you'll see a lot more of it this year. I think that, you'll see more of him in the passing game. I do think that you might see a little bit more of Nick and Kareem on the field together at times. I don't know if they plan to do that. I would do it if I were them. And then there's another factor that I threw in when I was discussing this in print, and that was the fact that he does have the revenge factor against the Kansas City Chiefs. And just something like that can help to put you over the top when you have to possibly face them again, in the playoffs, in the AFC Championship game, potentially. Just to have somebody that has that kind of heart and soul to go against their former team, that's meaningful. So lots of reasons to want to hang on to Kareem Hunt.
I also think, what's the return ultimately on Kareem Hunt? You're trying to win the Super Bowl this year. And so having as many guys as you can, I think just makes sense because you can afford it, right? You're never going to be able to afford a roster like this again. So keep all the guys you can. And let's say you traded him to the Rams. What are you getting? At best, probably a 2nd round pick. That's at the end of the 2nd round. Even if you got a 1st round pick somehow, it would be at the end of the 1st round. Everybody thinks the Rams are going to be pretty good. So you're in the 20s at worst, or at best, probably. Mm-hmm. You're in the 50s at best if you're in the 2nd round. So I just don't think the return on a trade like that is worth giving up one guy that could help you win a playoff game or a Super Bowl or something like that. At some point, Kareem Hunt's going to help you win a game. And to give that up for a pick that would be at the end of some round, I just don't think it makes sense.
Right. You're exactly right about that. And then the corollary to that is the fact that he's got such a team-friendly salary. You are getting, I think, Kareem Hunt at a really nice price. His cap number this year is $5 million. So I really think that this is something that it just doesn't make any sense to do it, especially once again, in a year where you feel like he's going to be a key piece for you getting to wherever you go, whether it's divisional, AFC Championship, all the way to the Super Bowl. He's going to help you get there. And I think that they saw some things in him down the stretch. They got to know him. Remember, this coaching staff had to get to know these players. And I think they saw a heart and soul in him, especially when you get into those bigger games. I think they saw some things that made them think that they've got an incredible football player on their hands that they just don't want to part with right now.